Hello everybody and welcome back to the third episode of Life's a Stitch. This is my little piece of the world where I can get to chat about all the yarny and textile adventures I get up to. And yeah, it's good to have this space because, you know, no one talks to me at work about knitting or textiles, and you know, I don't think they're enthused about it as much as I do. So it's nice to have a little corner of the world where I can just rabbit on about all things yarny and fabric and knitting and crochet. So settle down with something to drink or something to eat, have a nice bit of cake, and let's have some joy for about 45 minutes or so. It may even be shorter, who knows. Anyway, I'm glad to have your company today because although it's quite bright, it's really grey outside, and let's hope we can have a few laughs here because we need it. We really need it. Anyway, I've been quite well. I've been busy as usual, going to work and then coming back and knitting and doing loads of stuff, loads of knitting on the bus and reading. So it's been quite good. I like that part. And I hope you have been very crafty, getting up to all yarny shenanigans. And I hope you're well. I hope lockdown is beginning to be a little bit of a relief, because it seems like we will be coming out of it shortly. The shops will be opening up, and for those of you who like your online shopping, i.e. you QVC fans, and you two know who I mean, the shops will be opening soon, so you can go and visit to your heart's content. Anyway, as I say, I'm glad that you're here. Welcome back to all my returning viewers. I hope I've got returning viewers. It's good to have your company again. And welcome back to any new, or welcome I should say, to any new viewers who have just stopped by. Thank you again, it's really appreciated. I'd like to say a big thank you as well to all the lovely comments that I've had. They've been so positive and so encouraging that, you know, any sort of doubts that I have, well, I wouldn't say it's just blown away, but I'm blown away by the comments that I've received. So it's really lovely. Also, I believe on Facebook that there were quite a few birthday wishes for myself, and I haven't picked up on them. That was pointed out to me by Enlightened. You know who you are. I don't look at Facebook very often, although I do have a page on there. I don't really do anything on it. I do like and I do comment sometimes, but you know, very often I don't pick things up. So forgive me, and thank you again if you've left a birthday message for me, which was actually back in February. But you know, that's cool. Better late than never. So, today, what have I got? Oh, before I forget, please, if you like what you see here, like and subscribe, because, you know, that just brings the numbers up, doesn't it? And it puts me somewhere within the logarithms of YouTube. I don't know how these things work, but you know better than I do. So yeah, like and subscribe if you like what you see. And also you can find me on Instagram as GailMadeByMe. You can find me on Ravelry as Chiligirl1. You can find me on my Etsy shop as GailMadeByMe. I haven't updated my Etsy shop as yet, as I said I would. I've just been really busy and I haven't had the time to do it. But I've made quite a few project bags, so I really should put them up there. So hopefully they'll be up there sometime. I had Friday and I've got Monday off, so I really should get down and knuckle down to that. So I'll try to do that. If I keep looking to my left, it's because I'm looking at my notes, because I know I'm going to forget something. So yeah, so today it's mainly about knitting. No crochet as yet, but that'll come. And no dyeing. I haven't had a chance to dye. I might try and do some of that in the next couple of weeks or so, because I really want to get back into that. I really enjoy it. So yeah, let's get into it. So I've got some faux. Is it faux? What's a faux? Finished objects. Yes, I have finished objects. So let's get on with that. Where are my finished objects? Oh yes. So I've done 2 hats. This one and this pink one. This pink one is more of a beanie, but I really like it. It's just so squidgy and oh, I just love it. It's really cozy to wear, very comfortable. Although we are in spring, but it's still a little bit chilly, so I still think you need a hat now and again. So yeah, this is a lovely pink. It's Sirdar Super Chunky. So takes no time to knit. It's by, I can't remember the designer's name, you know what I'm like, so I will put it down below. But it's I think it's called the Freddie hat. Might have got that wrong, but I think it's called that. So I've made this one. The ends haven't even been chopped off yet, but that's one of them. I'm not going to try it on because I've just washed my hair and I've got a head wrap on, so I'm not going to try it on. And then this black one. This I have been wearing to death already because it is so cozy and I love the fit. It drapes at the back just the way I like it. So it's a little bit of slouch, a little bit slouchy. Oh, I said I had a head wrap, didn't I? So yeah, this one I've been wearing to death because it's just so cozy. And I know I said I didn't wear black a lot, but sometimes I do. I mean, I've got a coat that is like a charcoal black and it looks quite nice with this. So with a bit of colour around my neck because I can't do all black. So yeah, this was done in a super chunky yarn. I think it was Signet Super Chunky. I'm not sure, but I ran out halfway. Well, I say halfway through, almost to the end, I ran out. So I had to use 3 strands or 4 strands of a double knit just to make it into a super chunky. And I finished it off like that. So there you go. I do have a picture of this, not with me wearing it, but on a, you know, one of those headstand things. So I'll put a picture in later on. So that's that one. What else have I got? And I made a cowl. Now, as I say, spring is here, but you still need to have your neck warm, and my neck needs to be warm because I get all sorts of nonsense, laryngitis and sore throats and all the rest of it. So here is my very super chunky cowl. This was it's really an unknown brand, but it was really chunky, and it's almost like a chain net construction of the yarn, and it's in cream, and I mulled it because I actually ran out of this cream. So I put a mulled panel in the middle. I don't know if you can see that. This I can put on. So as you can see, I like my cowls to be really thick and chunky. And this is it. I mean, I actually haven't had the chance to wear this yet because I wanted to show it to you in its pristine condition. But it's really lovely. I mean, if we do get a cold snap, this is going to go straight on. And I can always put a shawl pin there just to keep it more to my neck. So that's one of the cowls that I made. It's actually a Debbie Bliss design. So I'll put the notes on that below. But yeah, this was a Debbie Bliss that I got out of one of her books. So that's really nice and warm. Oh, I have another FO. Well, it's half an FO. It's a pair of socks that I've been working on, and it's the Georgia socks by Tracie Millar of the Grocery Girls. I'm not looking in the lens again, am I? My apologies. So yeah, this Georgia socks that I've been meaning to do for ages, and I finally got to do it. So here they are in all its glorious green. Really simple pattern. It's a 4-row lace. I don't know if you can see that properly. 4-row lace. Try saying that on a hot. I can't even speak, can I? Try saying that fast. Anyway, it's a 4-row lace pattern, which is so simple. You memorize it in a snap, really. And it's a shorty sock with a cut-in heel. Now, I have never done a cut-in heel before. I've done an afterthought heel before, but not a true afterthought heel where you actually cut the stitch. And I did it last night. I did it yesterday on my dining room table, and I actually did it, and the fit is unbelievable. I mean, it's a perfect fit. I don't think I've made a pair of socks with such a good fit as these. It looks a bit rough. Why do my socks always come out rough? I don't know. Anyway, it does look a bit rough, but once you put it on, the fit is just incredible. I have got a picture, and I will be putting pictures on. I've got fluff on my face. Don't know where that's come from. So yeah, I'm going to put the pictures on later so you can have a look. But it's a very simple pattern, and I will be doing these again. Lovely socks. She does such lovely patterns, but this is the first pair of socks that I've done by her. This one I have yet to put in the heel, so I shall be doing that this evening, and then I'll have my gorgeous pair of Georgia socks. Yay! I'm so pleased with this. If you had seen this earlier, it was a hot mess, because I must admit I did find picking up the stitches a little bit tricky, because they're so close together, and of course you have to leave a row of stitches in between the two stitches that you've picked, the two lines of stitches that you've picked up, and I find that a little bit tricky. It's not hard. For those of you who've never done this, it really isn't hard. You just have to have a little bit of patience, and you know, just give yourself time and don't panic. So mine looked like a mess because some of the stitches I hadn't picked up, and therefore when I cut, they did drop, and I did almost lose some stitches, but I was very patient, and I just put the stitches that had dropped onto stitch markers, and I was able to rescue them. But it looked like a mess, but I didn't panic. I did 2 rows of stocking net stitch before I actually started to decrease for the heel, and it was fine after that. It took me no time at all, and these are my Georgia socks. I'm so pleased with them because it's the first time I've ever done that. I'm so pleased. So yeah, pat on the back for me. Yay! so that's that. Oh, what am I wearing? Now, I might have mentioned this before, but I don't think I've shown it to you. It's only 3 episodes in, so I haven't shown you that much. But this is the Stroker jump sweater by Isolde Teague, and I made this a couple of years ago now, and I really love it. The fit again is beautiful. It really is. It's made out of the Let's Lopi yarn, which I have to say is quite itchy, and when I wear it I usually have a thermal vest under it, because we've already decided that I am a cold morsel. But today I'm actually just wearing a vest underneath it, and yes, it is itchy, but I think my skin has actually acclimatized to it, so it doesn't, I can feel the rustic, what am I trying to say? I can feel the rusticity of it. Is that it? Is that it? I think that's it. It is a rustic yarn, and I can feel it, but it's not enough to say that, my gosh, I'm uncomfortable. So I think my skin has actually got used to it now, because in the winter I do wear this quite a bit. So yeah, I really like it. I love the colours that I chose. It's quite autumny, but this is one of my favourite colours. This goldy yellowy colour, mustardy. Love this. So yeah, that's my Stroker. What else have I done? So I've told you about my socks, my Georgia socks. I've told you about the jumper I'm wearing. Oh, I have started another jumper, and it's by Tincan Knits. I think I may have mentioned this last time. I'm not sure. But it's a sweater called Mountain Mist, and I've got a picture of it here. Can you see that? I hope you can. So it's kind of round here. It's reminiscent of mountains, so hence it's called Mountain Mist. But the colours that they've done it in, it is like a misty blue. It's a couple of misty blue colours there, and it's knitted top down. So I'm quite comfortable with that. But yeah, I really love Tincan Knits. And this is from Strange Brew, which is really like a workshop recipe book. I mean, it's really great, and there's so many sizes. It's really size inclusive, and you know, it tells you how to do bottom up, top down, you know, how to separate for the sleeves from the body and all the rest of it. It's a very, very comprehensive book, and I really like this one, and I'd recommend that to anyone who wants to start designing their own top down or bottom up sweaters, because these guys really do show you the way, put you on the right path. So yeah, so I haven't been buying a lot of yarn. Actually, I haven't bought any yarn this year so far. We're in March, nearly a quarter of the year has gone, and I haven't bought any yarn. I don't think I've bought any yarn. No, I haven't. So, and I'm trying to keep it that way because I want to work from my stash as much as I possibly can, because I've just found this morning, I found another sweater quantity of yarn. So that's another batch that I got from Perth in, gosh, I can't even remember, 2017? I'm not sure. But yeah, so I'm trying to work from stash as much as I possibly can. And I'm determined to do that. It's hard, but I am going to do that. The only thing is, I compensate by buying fabric. So I got some happy mail today. Well, not today, yesterday. And this, but then again, it's going to be for some project bags. I've got an idea of making some bags with some embroidery. So yeah, this is some organic cotton that I got from Rustic, and it's, I suppose it's like it's a brownie, I don't know, this, it reminds me of bread. You know when bread just comes out of the oven, like whole wheat bread? That's what it reminds me of. So that's the colour of it. Think of sourdough, and then you've got the colour. So yeah, so that was some happy mail from Rustic, and they have some fantastic fabrics. If you've not been and you are a bit of a sewist, then I suggest you go to Rustic. It's in Islington. Can't remember the street, but if you look it up and go on their website, fantastic. And lots of lovely haberdashery bits as well. So that's that one. Oh, I also got some other happy mail. Now, this girl has been my friend for ever, right? But I had to phone her up and say she was messing with my head, because I received in the post these needles, Chiagoo needles, interchangeables, size 4mm, fantastic needles. I cannot, and I'm not being sponsored by anything I recommend or I talk about. I'm not being sponsored by anybody by any means at all. But honestly, Chiagoo needles, I'm sorry, if you don't find that Chiagoo needles are one of the best on the market, well, I don't know. But they are. The cable has no memory, so it always stays like that. It doesn't kink. And the join, that join, oh my gosh, these have got the smoothest joins that I know of any needles, and I've tried a lot of needles, and Chiagoos I always come back to. So yes, Chiagoos are my favourite needles. Now, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so my friend Miss Schooner, she's on Instagram, you can look her up. She sent me this parcel, and I thought, I don't remember ordering anything, because it was 2 parcels that I received that day, and I thought, where's this parcel come from? So anyway, I opened the parcel and I thought, oh, needles, I must have ordered them and then I must have forgotten. So I went to have a shower, as you do, because I just come home from work. You don't need to know this, but I'm just telling you anyway. And when I came back, I thought, where have those needles come from? I haven't ordered anything. So I looked at the invoice again, and then I saw her name, and I thought, oh, she must have sent them to me. So then it clicked. She must have sent them as a belated gift, birthday gift. So I phoned her up and I said, listen, thank you very much, but can you not mess with my head? Because, please. So yeah, we had a laugh about that. And she sent me these. So these are my first Chiagoo interchangeable needles. Now, I have a thing about interchangeable needles. I know that they're the best things since sliced bread and all that, and people swear by them, but I've had interchangeables where they, although you've tightened them, they've come undone while you're knitting, and that is so irritating and very dangerous if you've got stitches near the point of them coming undone. So I've always been a bit wary of buying interchangeable needles, but I've had a try of these, and of course they are Chiagoo, as I've mentioned, and I think a cheeky purchase is going to have to be done, because this is fantastic. I cannot recommend them enough. I cannot. I gave my mum some needles to work with. They were circular needles, but a different brand, and she couldn't get on with them. I mean, she completed what she was doing, but she was forever moaning about these needles because the cables, they were kinking and oh, all sorts. So I gave her a pair and I said, use these and you will never look back. And it's true, isn't it? For those of you who love Chiagoo. Right, I think that's enough about Chiagoo needles. I think we can establish that I'm a bit of a fan. So, they were my needles. What else? While we're on the subject of needles, I think my second favourite brand of needles are Addi, because their joins are quite smooth. They're not as smooth as Chiagoo, but I think they're quite good. I like Addi's, and so I thought, and I know these have been out for a while, I would try the CrasyTrio by Addi. Now, I've always looked at these and thought, I mean, they're kind of a bit pricey, aren't they? They're about, I don't know, £13, £15. And I thought, do I really want to try a pair of needles that I might not even like? And that's going to irritate me. I was going to say something else, but decided not to. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to take the plunge and I'm going to get a set. So, of course, I bought a set of these. I think these are, yeah, these are 2.5 because I did my my socks on them. And I have to say, I quite like them. You have to, if you're used to Magic Loop, then yeah, it's a cry away from using the Magic Loop technique. But I have to say, I really like these. I do use multiple needles, but for some reason, I didn't think I'd get on with these. And I think it's because of the flexibility in the middle. I just thought, I just wouldn't be able to get on with them. But actually, they worked out quite well. And I did the whole of my socks. I did all the socks on these needles. Except for the heel. I did that on Magic Loop because, well, I couldn't be bothered to take it off, to be frank. But yeah, these needles, the Addi CrasyTrio, I found really good. And I'm glad I persevered and I used them. So yeah, another recommendation. Again, not being sponsored, but I am saying that, yeah, these are quite good. If you want to try them, they're good. And of course, with this dip, the stitches don't tend to slide off because you've got that flexibility. But I really, really enjoyed using these, so I would recommend them, and I'm glad I tried them. So yeah, I was going to show you my jumper that I've started, my Mountain Mist. I'm not in any order, you know I'm never going to be in any order. So this is, I've only just started it. My colours, I'm going to do the cream at the top, and I'm using this dusky pink colour with this brown colour. Can you see that? Can you see that? So this is Jamieson's Spindthrift. This is wool I got from, I think it was Perth. That's a really nice sort of chocolatey, but sort of, I feel like it's got flecks of white, but you can't see the white. It just feels really chocolatey and lovely. I love that. So yeah, I'm going to use that with the pink and the cream, and I'm going to do the cream on the body as well. So you're just going to have this chocolatey, pinky band around the yoke. And I think that's going to work out quite well. This is also yarn that I got from, let me think, it wasn't Perth, it was Nottingham. I got this in 2017. So yeah, I think that's going to be, I think that's a really nice combination. Like that. So that's a whip, isn't it? Didn't say that. So we've talked about my needles, my love of Chiagoo, mentioning it again, and Addi. The other needles I like are Knit Pro. I do like them, but again, I always go back to Chiagoo. But I think in order of preference, it would be Chiagoo, Addi and Knit Pro. Those are my top 3 needles. Yeah. So, what else have I got? I don't know if I mentioned last week this book. I might not have done. If I have, I do apologise, but you know, I'm going to give it another plug. Again, not being sponsored, but this, oh my God, really lovely book with lots of patterns in it. There are 25 patterns in there, and I'll just show you a few. So that's one. The front cover is one. If you like working with African prints, as I do, she gives you a lot of advice, and there's lots of really practical patterns in there. It's a bag you can make. It's an apron that you can do. And it's really handy because all the patterns are enclosed in the back cover, and there's some in the front cover. And apparently, I think this is her first book, Adaku Parker, and she's lovely. I do often get fabrics from her, and she's so lovely. I first met her at the Kirsty Allsop's handmade fair. That was a couple of years ago now, and yeah, I remember her from there. So yeah, that's a really nice pattern if you like doing African prints. She gives you lots of advice on how to work with them. It's a nice pair of trousers up there that you could do. Nice pattern, worth getting. So yeah, as I say, I haven't been, you know, buying yarn, losing my train of thought. I haven't been buying yarn, but I have been buying some fabrics. So that one, I think I've got some more coming. Oh, love Happy Mail. But you see, where I haven't been buying yarn or even fabrics, I've been buying patterns, knitting patterns. So this is just a few. I won't show you all of them. Well, I might. It's a nice hat there. Love that. This, it's by I don't know who it's by. I'm going to put my glasses on because it's handy when you can't see very well. Right, there we go. So this was for Shetland Wool Week last year, 26th of September to the 4th of October. And the designer must be here somewhere. Oh, it's by Wilmer Malcolmson. Wilmer Malcolmson. I can't speak. So I thought I'd have a go at that sometime. I do like making hats. This is another hat pattern, which was actually recommended on the Gentle Knitters podcast. If you've never seen the Gentle Knitter, She's a lady from Canada, and she is a gentle knitter. Her podcast is so calming and soothing, and she makes such lovely, very simple items, but they are so elegant, and the stitches are just so lovely. And she has very muted kind of colours like greys and creams, and they're just lovely. But anyway, this is a hat design that she recommended, and it's by Mana Wahine, and I think this young lady comes from Hawaii, so that's really nice. I like that pattern a lot. What else have we got? Oh, the Felix cardigan. That's another one that's going to go on my list, and that's Savoury Knitting. I don't know who the designer is. Oh, Amy Christophers. Amy Christophers is the designer of the Felix cardigan. There you go. And that looks very simple. I don't know if you can see that detail there round about the raglan. That looks absolutely elegant, so gorgeous, and I love that colour as well. So yeah, that's on my list. When am I going to get time to do all this? I mean, come on. Oh, this is a nice one. Don't know if you can see, it's not a very good picture, but it's the Hidden Gem Shawl Recipe. Yeah, it's like a recipe pattern, but again, very elegant. Do you know what? I am a person who loves bright colours, but I go from one extreme to the other, and this grey is just so cosy and elegant. I really like that. So I think I'm getting into greys. I have bought some grey yarn, not now. This was last year, around about Christmas time. So I think I might be doing a shawl. I haven't done a shawl for a while. I love doing shawls. Oh, now this one. I mean, this one is going to take a bit of work, but look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is the Raven's Eye View by Denise E.M. Bartels. And again, this was something that the Gentle Knitter had recommended, and she's actually done one. I'm not sure if she's finished it yet, but check out her podcast and you'll see. So that's lovely. That looks like a lot of work. And what else have I got? Oh, here's one. Now this is right up my street. It's the Moonbow Slouchy Knit Cardigan, and this is a free pattern, but it's so warm and cozy. Let me see if I can find a good picture. That's the best picture I can. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, that's really cozy. It's got some interesting detail on it, and it's knit up in a chunky yarn on a 6mm needle, so that's gonna be like, you know, a week's job, isn't it? Again, quite size inclusive, which is nice. And yeah, I like that. It's a free pattern. It's a free pattern from Mama in a Stitch. Now, if you just type in Mama in a Stitch, you'll get to her website. She's got some really nice stuff on there. And oh, this is another hat pattern. This was a free pattern as well. This is from Martin Up North. I just, he's new to me. I haven't seen him before, but he's done a lot. He does lovely blankets in crochet. Oh, fantastic. So this is a hat, and again there's a child's version as well, I think. Yeah, it's a little girl wearing it, so I quite fancy that. So yeah, and what else have I got? Oh, a pair of mittens. I mean, very easy mittens, but you know, you can never have too many. And I've done tons of these, but every time I see a different one, and I think the thumb is done differently. Yeah, it's resulting in an anatomical fit with an articulated thumb. So the construction for the thumb is slightly different, so I'm quite intrigued with that. So yeah. What else have we got? Oh yeah, and of course, you can't go wrong with Pearl Soho. Look on Pearl Soho's website. For those of you who are trying to find patterns, they do amazing patterns, and they're free. Well, I think most of them are free. But yeah, and if you ever go to New York, visit Pearl Soho, because they're good. Nice shop. This is designed by Jake Canton, and it's a simple shawl. I can't find. Should really have a decent photograph. Oh, here it is. There you go. That's what you end up with. That is gorgeous, and I love those colours together. So yeah, that's a shawl by Jake Canton, and again, that is a freebie pattern. Just go on Pearl Soho and they've got loads, really. So that's quite a lot of patterns that I got this week. What else have we got? Oh, I am about to do my room out. I'm going to decorate my room, so it's going to look completely different. It's going to be organised and not the shambolic situation I find myself in. Totally my fault, but you know, when you've got a lot of yarn and you've got a lot of fabric and you have a few books, you need to put them somewhere. So I am going to decorate my room. I've already got my curtain fabric because I'm going to make my curtains, and I am testing out paint at the moment. I'm going for like a chalky, barely there pink look. That's what I want. And I've tested one out on my wall. I'm not too sure about it yet, but yeah, I'm not too sure about it. The jury's out on that for the minute, but we'll see. But one of the things I wanted to show you was, you know, we all need storage. We all need storage boxes, and I bought these from IKEA. Now it's called the Pudder, and there are two sizes. So there's this size, and there's a very shallow size where I guess you can put your makeup and bits and pieces in there. But I really like this because it's made out of cloth, so it's like that thick felted cloth. I love the colour. It's a light grey, and it's easy to construct because it comes apart. These studs, they actually come apart and it falls flat. So when you get it, you just fold it up to make this square, and it actually holds quite a bit. I don't know if you can see that. I've got one, two, three substantial packs of yarn in there, and I've also put some fabric in there just to, well, I couldn't be bothered to find anywhere else, just did that for show really. But it's a really nice, soft, stylish storage bag, or not bag, is it? It's a box, a felt box, and they're quite reasonable as well. I think it was £8 for one, so I'm gonna get some more. But I thought this was a nice item to share, and it's handy and it holds a lot, which is what I need. So I'm going to put that in my, you know, the cube shelving units that they have. So I've got one of those and that fits in there. So that should look quite nice, because honestly I have to sort this room out. I really do. I mean, you can just see a little bit of it, and I'll tell you, this is, it's not untidy, it's just, it just has to be reorganised, it has to be rejigged, and that's a little bit of a challenge, but I'll do it, because where there's a will, there's a way. That's my motto. My throat's getting dry, just have a sip. And if you're wondering what this is, it's one of my favourite drinks. It's lime cordial. Now, I'm noted for in my family for liking lime cordial, and my sister and my daughter always take the mickey out of me. I don't know why. It's lime cordial. What is there to laugh about? But for some reason, they know me. Oh, she's got her lime cordial. It's that sort of, it's that sort of theme going on. So yeah, I like my lime cordial. What's your favourite drink? I do like a nice hot chocolate as well. How do we get onto hot chocolate? But nevertheless, I do like a nice hot chocolate. But I only tend to have that in the winter because it's, you know, it's cosy, warm. You know I like to be warm. I think you know that by now about me, that I like to be warm. Oh dear. Right, let's get back to business. So, the patterns I've shown you and the storage box I showed you. I just thought I'd show you that because so often storage is a problem, and in this room storage is a problem. But hopefully I will be rectifying that quite shortly, and I've found a solution. So having said that, oh, can I just show you this? Another thing I like to collect, don't laugh, is tins. I love a tin. For me, tins hold things. Well, we know they hold things, but they hold stories. They hold memories. Who had that tin before? Why have you got that tin? What do you store in it? Oh, tins conjure up mystery to me, and I just love a tin. Now, this is not really a mysterious tin because I bought it recently. And the only reason why I bought it, apart from the fact that it had shortcake in it, and I bought it and took it to work for us because it was my birthday. This tin is so pretty, and it's embossed, so some of it is raised, like that's raised, that's raised. And I just had to have this tin, and I know that, well, I knew that nobody was going to buy it for me, so I thought I'm going to have to buy it for myself. So I bought this tin, and I house my needles in there. Well, some of my needles. See? Haha, look what's on top. Chiagoo. In an Addi pack. Anyway, so yeah, I just thought that I'd share that because I just love this tin. I mean, I've actually got quite a few tins, and anytime there's a tin going at work because someone's brought in a tin of biscuits or a tin of chocolates, it has my name on it. So everybody knows. Oh, give the tin to Gail because otherwise she'll moan. Well, I won't really moan, but I will ask, where's my tin? So I think, oh no, it's not all. I have done some sewing, and as I said, these should go out in my Etsy shop, but I just haven't had the time. I've got two here, that I'm meant to be doing. I'll do that this afternoon. But yeah, I've done some project bags and I think these are quite nice. I really like them. I might even take one for myself. So I've got this one, another African print, and it's got a bit of a contrast lining and plain at the bottom, and all the bags, they always have a pocket in them and a tab. Can you see that? There's a tab. And again, quite roomy. You could get a jumper in there, and this is a drawstring one. There you go. Here's another African print, and this has got again another bit of a contrast lining and a pocket, of course, always have your pockets, and a tab, and again this is drawstring. So that's that one. What else? This is I like this geometric style one. Back and front. And this has got a plain lining with a contrast pocket, tab, and drawstring. I do like a drawstring, but I do zips as well, but sometimes the particular zip I want doesn't seem to appear. So, and this is another one, but this time it's got a geometric back and a denim front, denim and geometric. So I like these. I've done a couple of these. I'll do some more. And that's just got a little bit of a contrast lining and plain pocket. And of course, a tab. So yeah, I like this one. I like the fact that it's plain, well not plain, but it's uniform on the back, and then it's got the contrast in the front. So that's just some of the project bags that I've made this week. I think I've done about, I don't know, 10 so far, probably more than that, but they will be going into my Etsy shop. I just have to find the time between that and the census. In fact, I'm going to do the census now. I mean, it's only once every 10 years, but already I'm thinking, oh, for goodness sake. But anyway, that has to be done because, you know, we need to know who's in the country and what services can be provided and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think that really is it for me today. Thank you for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed. I don't know how many minutes have gone. Oh, 53. Wow, that's nearly an hour. So I hope you've enjoyed some of it, if not all of it. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. And there will be pictures to follow this podcast. I've got to work out how I do that. And I think that's it. So again, thank you for joining me. Please, please, please look after yourselves. There's a lot going on out there and some of it is not pleasant. So please, each and every one of you, look after yourselves, look after each other. And watch this space because I'll be back again. And just the last thing to say is to, whenever you do anything crafty, whatever stitch you do, make it a joyous one. And I'll see you next time. Bye.